Nothing like Speedway. The roar of the bikes and the cars. The race is on. Smell the fuel in the air. The clock comes alive. They breathe the fire. Nothing like Speedway. Nothing like Speedway. Nothing like it. Nothing like Speedway around. Nothing like Speedway around.
And from South Australia, Dennis has been here a couple of meetings over the last month just to check out the track. Right for the first heat of our Australian Championship for the hot rods for AGIP. 8 laps on the counter. Watching the Aussie flag. There we go. We've got a flag and we're racing. Dennis Osmond first into turn 1. Oh, he's in all sorts of strife as his brake locks up. Everything locks up. Maybe the engine blew.
Yeah, I think
smoke coming out from underneath him.
Steam as well. He's dropped a mountain of water on the track. Going to be pretty slippery down there.
Yeah, what a start. Was he fired up? Les Baker in second place for South Australia, then at 66 Jeff Higgs, and we're under yellow, so let's do it again. He's serious.
He is.
Right for a start, 8 laps to go.
You don't mess around with Luke. Okay, they're racing. Jeff Higgs gets the jump there, but not quite.
Yeah, Tony Coulton on the inside, Higgs on the outside, powers around using that wing and the power that he's got in his car, and a lot of guts too as a driver. Look at him go.
Yeah, for sure. He's certainly an accomplished driver, Higgs, from the Riverland of South Australia. Coulton holding on to second place. Les Baker coming up behind him. And here comes Jim Wright. Look for the inside line on Alex Ramsey, but Ramsey slams the gate on him.
Yes.
And
yeah, Wright missed the line there. You can see that his car seemed to have superior speed, but he wasn't able to do anything about it. What a big lead now to Jeff Higgs. Pulling out a terrific lead with 6 laps to go. And looks set to score first points in the Australian Championship. Coulton doing very well, winless in second place, and here comes Baker.
And Jim Wright is now clear of Alex Ramsey and bouncing his way around a few bumps in this track too on the corners. Jeff Higgs, though, doing well. Coulton is a guy who's really impressing me because he's got no wing and the car is down on power for the SA ones and he's hanging in there. Now Baker gets the inside run. No! Baker loses it, gets understeer and has to back off, and Coulton holds on to that second place.
The other thing to remember about Coulton too is that he hasn't seen this track over the last few weeks like the other cars have. They've had a chance to set themselves up.
Sure hasn't.
17.06 is the time for Jeff Higgs. That seems to be the racing speed at this stage. Just over 17 seconds a lap. Here comes Baker.
Yeah, Baker looked for the inside run, but Coulton finds that big straight ahead of him and puts the boot to the floor and holds off Baker. Jeff Higgs has got this one blown to bits. He's absolutely, a quarter lap ahead.
Wolfenden goes high. Wolfenden goes high. Everybody under him, and look at for Wright. The other two are fighting it out there. That's Baker and Coulton, and the way that Wright's been able to drag him in.
Yeah, so we could have a challenge on here.
Oh, we've got to touch wheels, and it's Baker versus Wright. Wright versus Baker. More to the point.
And coming up behind him now is Ian Neal from Waikerie. And now Jim Wright has to do it again. Baker nukes out a bit high, but Jim Wright's too far back to do anything about it. The white flag is out for 66 Jeff Higgs. 1 lap to go. The guy who's doing it superbly. Yes.
Oh, he's in trouble.
Tony Coulton, he's blown it. It's smoke everywhere. Les Baker goes round the outside. And Tony Coulton is keeping on. He's still going. Can he hang on there for third place? There's the checkered flag. 66 Jeff Higgs takes it. Let's have a look. Les Baker in second place. And we've got Tony Coulton running in third place. Smoke billowing from the side of the engine. There's the checkered flag for 2. Les Baker. 34. Tony Coulton goes over the line. Throttles off immediately.
And are these boys desperate for points? You have a look at Ian Neal trying to poke his car underneath of Jim Wright. Right on the line, but I think Wright held him off for 4th place. So it's all the way down the line, looking for points.
Oh, yeah, boy, these guys, as you say, they're serious.
And he's on pole position, ready for a start. There goes the flag. I was going to say the green flag, the Australian flag. Stan Marco Jr. and Dean Wright on the inside in car number 1. Marco trying for a way on the outside, but he had his way blocked by Dyson. Now here comes Wright.
Oh, look at him go. Lefty on the inside, and
he's right through to Mitchellmore, fighting back.
Oh, a couple of wheels on the infield, but Mitchellmore holds him off. Lefty says that's the way you want it. I'll get on the outside, and he does. Rockets around the outside of Mitchellmore.
Yeah, there's Marco Jr. in the 3rd place. 99 Guiastra has cut his way through the traffic, and he's up there pressing for a place already.
Peter Shepard also winding his way through from the back of the pack, but he's got a wall of cars ahead of him.
Mitchellmore and Marco having fun.
Tell you what, the Victorian guys are down on power and they're down on handling without the wing, but my God, they're certainly acquitting themselves well.
It was interesting to see the two of them chopping and changing. Mitchellmore and Marco, there's nothing between the two of them. And while they were doing all that, Peter Guiastra just slowly and carefully just picked his way past them.
Look at Peter Shepard right up there.
Going, yes, that's Shepard and the one that looks like a mini mine in the black car. He's really pumping it.
Is he what? Here comes Marco Jr. back on the inside, and he's through on Mitchell Moore. Up into third place. Peter Shepherd now looking for the outside run to move up there as well.
That has been the way it's been happening up until that lap. Yeah, Mitchell Moore's dropping back now, and Shepherd has gone through. He's up in the fourth place. The race leader in turn 4 now is Wright. The South Australian champion, Dean Wright, in the lead. Peter Griasta doing very well, throwing the tail of his car, number 99, out.
And Stan Marco Jr. back behind him with Shepherd. Shepherd driving a high and wide line, and is he going to try and get his...
Yeah, Marco washes out slightly, but there's not enough pace on Shepherd's car at that stage to get through.
Marco up wide. Here's Shepherd looking for the inside run.
Yeah, good dice between those two. Look at the cars racing behind them there. Oh, we've got trouble.
Oh,
Hitting the ball.
and into the wall goes.
22.
22, that's...
Doug Thorne.
Doug Thorne, yeah, and he would have done some damage. Look at the smoke coming from the car.
Lots
He's
of
got
smoke.
problems.
And we've got another one parked, Marco. Marco's parked over in turn 2.
Yeah, now did he scrape the wall back there? That's a bit of a scrape back there. We've got the yellow light.
Looks like somebody has.
Under the rules, the rods keep racing. Will they change the rules for tonight?
Here comes a flag of some sort, a yellow one.
Yeah.
Dean Wright did have the race shot to bits. He looked like he did enough and
Yep, race
has
has
won
been
the
declared.
race. So Dean Wright has won the race. I'll take Griasta's in second, and then I'll give third to Shepherd, but we'll wait till the officials come.
Revving up now as they come in for a start in Heat 3 for the Australian Hot Rod Championship, sponsored by AGIP. And we don't get a start.
Darryl Wright's gone. Commence. Very quickly getting through it. Watch Dean Wright. Car number 28 on pole position. Australian flag is dropped, and they are racing. Dean Wright did get there very quickly. Ahead of John Quinn. Quinn has Morse right on his tail. You can see 3 Victorians there in second, third and fourth. John Morse is underneath Quinn, overhooks it a little bit. Wright has gone. He's putting in very fast laps now out in the lead. And this guy is giving it everything in second place. Look at Morse go.
Yeah,
Lifts the wheels just under power and a bit of a bump going down that main straight. Wright has a wobbly. Morse put in a faster lap to that in last lap. Give your lap time on Morse, who seems to be the fastest Victorian to this stage.
And we've got Gerard Bolt from Mount Gambier. Oh, he's having a tangle over there with car number 44,
John Quinn.
John Quinn. But Gerard Bolt comes out the better of it. He's, of course, had a few weeks practice up here from the Mount.
Look at this thing of Morse go, though. The way that he's nibbling away at Wright's lead, and that was 17 seconds dead, as fast as anything so far tonight.
Yeah, Morse, a very accomplished driver, hails from Warrnambool. And he's certainly putting in a bid for the lead.
Darryl Wright, the race leader in the yellow car, number 28. Morse on his tail.
And then we've got Gerard Bolt from Mount Gambier. Moving up. He's just got clear of that car number 9. And
That's
now
Darryl Nelson in car number 9.
And he's got a heck of a job to try and catch up to the field. Sounds like one of those cars, Ian Houston or Peter Beeks, has got major problems there in the engine department.
There go the fast cars in front of us there. Darryl Wright in car number 28. Morse pulling him back a centimetre a lap. Not enough. He looks so fast. Gets his car side on.
Here's the factor, the traffic, slower traffic in front. Which way's Wright going to go? Out wide by the look of it. That looks the way to go.
Yeah, Morse pulled him back metres that corner.
Jim Wright round the outside there.
Race on down the back straight.
And Darryl's got to tuck it down tight pretty smartly.
Here comes Morse, and has he got that thing handling?
Has he what?
For a
One
car
lap
without
to
a
go.
lead. This will be a heck of a last
Look
lap.
at this. Morse trying for the inside run. Darryl Wright shuts the gate on him as they come off the corner. Let's see what happens down the back straight now. Wright gets the power on. Morse right behind him still. Can he get through? Slow car there, rolling around with engine trouble. Let's see what happens here. It's Darryl Wright. Darryl Wright takes the checkered flag in front of Morse. In third place will be Gerard Bolt from Mount Gambier. And he's followed by car number 9. That's Darryl Nelson.
Okay, kids, that was a fantastic race. If you've got your Australian flags there, give them a wave as they go past. See flag. We have a race. Right blast away. Marco, the car that you won't be able to miss, is on the outside of him. 5 is doing pretty well in there. That's Merv Wolford, and he's up in a second place. Ahead of 3 cars now without lids on. Darryl Guerin back there in car 14 slices his way past a couple, and Grant Baker has also gone from the back to the midfield already. It looks like he could be the car to take this race out with a bit of luck.
Yeah, Grant's a very accomplished driver and holds the Murray Bridge Championship. as he looks for... He's got a wall of traffic ahead of him, though.
Who's
Ross
that
Wright.
other one? Verhoeven, is it? Looks like Shepherd's car.
Yeah, Verhoeven it is, on the outside there. And Ross Wright has dropped the place there to car number 5.
Look at the race leader, Chris Howard. What a surprise here. How did he get out there?
Tangle there, and we got Ross Wright, and Ross is up, and he kept it on its wheels. I don't know how, but he kept it on its wheels. He connected with Grant Baker there. Baker was trying to get around, and I tell you what, that might have been the worst move Grant Baker made all night. Because
Yeah, Baker's got problems. He's out of the race.
He's put him out. He's just blown his points. He's the one to watch tonight. But as you say, I still think you're quite right about Warhurst.
Where's Wright?
Here comes Ross.
Starting from 3.
Starting from 3. Not
Slow
yet
down.
is the word.
Howard's away.
I see.
Started from 4th. He was in the 2nd row.
Yeah, Ross seemed to pick up on about the 2nd or 3rd lap. Or the...
Poor old Stan Marco Senior. He's gone from 2nd position back to 2nd last.
Yeah, looks like bright orange is the wrong colour tonight. He's racing once again.
Howard got a beautiful start.
Yeah, classic stuff. Got the boot in nice and early.
Garrett versus Wright now.
Yeah, Wrighty's having handling trouble there. Moves out, nearly takes Verhoeven into the fence. And Ross has got problems. He might have broken something on the car in that bingle. But
so you're right when you say that Wolford's the big surprise package tonight. There's Merv, marvellous Merv, and making a big passing move underneath Chris Howard. Trying Howard coming back, just keeping his foot to the boards and keeping that car up into racing revs. They really have to work him.
Do they what? And look at this. Wolford looking for the inside line. Of course, he got the better handling. And... he might even find his way through. Howard is driving the midline of the track, getting plenty of bite up there.
You can see more acceleration from time to time out of the South Australian cars, but the Victorians, as long as they keep it going through the turn, they've got to keep that foot flat down. They can certainly do the job.
Wolford is trying desperate to find a way around.
There's Guerin, and car number 50 is Harry Kipper. Harry Kipper in 4th place. Wolford versus Howard, and this is a very competitive race indeed.
Oh, Howard up high this time. Wolford looking for the inside line. They come down the straight side by side.
That guy.
Howard keeps the power on, and has he got through? No, Wolford. Howard coming back at him now. There's a slower car there. Will they get past it? Yes. Oh, into the corner very fast. What's Howard going to do? Is he going to look for the inside line? No, with the help of that wing. Wolford's able to pull that car down onto the racing line again.
A big race for Merv Wolford. Look at the way he's being able to hold off Howard now. Looks like he's got this race. They're under the 1. Half a lap to go as they go past the casino signs. He's got Ross Wright, who was the early race leader, in front of him. Wants to cut down underneath him nice and cleanly. He's done it, and it's his race. Wolford's race. Wolford first. Terrific drive out of Howard in 2nd place. Daryl Guerin is 3rd. And 4th would be car number 50. That'll be Harry Kipper.
Yeah, what a race. That's a top race for the lead there, and it shows just how evenly matched these cars are. 3 wide down the straight, I'd suggest. There's the green flag. They're racing, and also a little bit slow off the mark than I thought. Jeff Hicks looking for the outside run. Oh, and he connects with Morse there and loses ground. Morse tries to make up one place. Here comes Hicks looking for 3 wide as they go into that corner, around the outside of Alex Ramsey. Morse gets it crossed up a little, loses ground, and that's the advantage of Hicks. Hicks now down the outside, another 3 wide run down there as he tries to slot himself around this back of slower cars. Loses ground on the corner there. Ramsey and who's that? Car 14 having a tangle there. Ramsey comes off the worst of that one, backs right off. Meanwhile, Arthur Thacker still holding onto the lead, but for how long? Look at this. Around the outside goes Daryl Guerin in car number 14. Jeff Higgs now moves up into 2nd place. Ramsey has a quick look at the infield there as they go down the straight. Morse has recovered pretty well too. He's looking for the outside line on Thacker and gets through, and here comes Howard as well for the outside run. Daryl Guerin holding onto the lead, but Jeff Higgs is the man to watch. Look at Higgsy around the outside. That's the line he wants to take. No, he's going to tuck down and see if he can get a slingshot through here. Oh, but there wasn't any gap there, and he has to back off. Loses ground now.
Missed him by a coat of the paint.
Yeah, Morse is starting to make up ground on this pair. Higgsy's going to have to get around Guerin, and the only way around is going to be the outside. Tries for the outside run, left the line. Oh, gee, did he get through or did he get through? Tremendous drive.
What do you mean he's going to try to get around it?
Yeah.
I think these guys, they just grip the steering wheel real tight, close their eyes, and away they go.
And there we have Morse being left behind. Howard now starting to make up a bit of ground on Morse. And Arthur Thacker's car sounds particularly off song there. Something
yeah, sure does.
Yeah, a bit of smoke coming from the back of the car too. And I think Arthur's going to have to pull in.
Pass sign going out to Brian Gregg to let him know that he's got some real quickies coming up on him, and here comes Higgs.
Higgs Higgsy now looking for the inside run on
Takes
Greggy.
it so easy that time, didn't he?
Yeah, don't want to bend it up at this stage of the race. Darryl Guerin still holding on to second place, and here comes John Morse and Chris Howard back behind him.
Darryl Guerin through into second place. Morse driving well. As you're saying, there's Howard in fourth. Smoke coming from 1 or 2, but what a big race for Higgs. And that's 2 starts, 2 wins for Higgs, isn't it?
They're looking good on the points table will be Jeff Higgs. From the Riverland, a very competitive driver, and he's taken to second place. 66, Jeff Higgs first. 14, Darryl Guerin second. Third is
70.
Warrnambool, 70, John Morse, followed by a 30 from Melbourne, Chris Howard. So good one, Jeff Higgs. 2 starts, 2 wins. Gerard Bolt leading them in. And we've got a race.
Gone.
Oh, yes, we have to see you later. Dean Wright says that'll do me too. And also fast moving.
5.
Yeah, Merv Wolford. Wolford again, he was a surprise package in his last heat. And he's doing it again this time. Moved up into third, and quite a convincing third too.
I thought that Wolford was going to lose it on that first turn, the way that he was seen to be walking through the corner as Wright takes the lead.
Yeah, lefty takes the lead there. He went up really high on the straight, and lefty went through underneath.
Yeah, left him.
Yeah, certainly did. Gerard Bolt holding on to third place, fourth place, I should say, but for how long is debatable. He's holding a tight line, but he ain't going all that fast.
Yeah, Baker finding a run or two as he threw the car from one side to the other. He looked good enough to get past Bolt for a moment, but ended up way back and lost another spot in the meantime.
Darryl Wright now got through into fourth place in front of Gerard Bolt. There's Baker looking for the inside line on CAMEO boy.
That's Dean Wright, who's got all before him now with the race about half done.
Yeah, now the thing is Dean Wright's streaking away down the back straight. Look at the power he's got on that car. And he could be a very hot contender for the National Championship because he knows the Murray Bridge track. Oh, we've got Darryl Wright there getting super crossed up. Gerard Bolt goes around the outside. Les Baker gets pushed out wide there as Darryl Wright gets mobile again.
Yeah, they're having a ball back there, but the thing that impresses me is the way that Dean Wright seems to have the car so well set up. It is handling beautifully and away from the traffic. Watch him squirt past Mick McPhee here.
Yeah.
Gets past him. He seems to be able to put the car exactly where he wants to. Gets the right amount of drift. He's got the tail moving out. The chassis working for himself. No problems. Whereas you see some of the other cars, they're finding ruts. They're bouncing around the place. And they're struggling just to stay sort of half on the pace.
Yeah, Lefty certainly got this race blown to the bits. He's almost a quarter lap ahead now.
Well, Baker,
it
took Baker 6 laps to do it, but he finally got through them.
And the white flag out with 1 lap to go. You have a look at car 17 up there, Gerard Bolt. Looks like he's got a radio antenna sticking out the back. It's actually one of the struts from the wing which is broken loose.
Merv Wolford back in third place. Guiazda's got a pretty good grip on second at the stage. And Wright finishes the race off. There's the checkered flag. Number one first.
Second is 99, Peter Guiazda. Third is car 5, Merv Wolford. And coming in to complete the South Australian whitewash of the race
is Baker.
Is car 2, Les Baker, followed by Darryl Wright, Gerard Bolt, John Mitchell-Moore, and Sol Victorian out there. Oh no, Mick McPhee. They're all South Australian.
Green flag drops and away they go.
Charlie looking for the outside run and he's got through a couple. He's still high and wide.
That's Kipper in car number 50 and Ian Neal at 9. They're the only 2 cars between himself and the lead in the stage as Charlie Kovacs goes up very high, wide and handsome.
Yeah, Kipper holding on to the second place and Ian Neal out the front there. Got one of the cars there erupting in smoke back in the back. That's car number 26, Paul Quinton.
Listen to it go. Oh, a lot of smoke coming out of 26. Keep your eye on that one.
Yeah, Quinton, he slowed right down. I think he's kissed him over goodnight. Meantime, we're still looking at Charlie Kovacs as he tries to get around these other 2 cars.
Ian Neal is... Neal's driving the race of his life. He's really struggling to hold on there to keep Kipper away from him.
Yeah.
And Kovacs is looking at the exhaust pipes of both other 2 cars.
Oh, now he's pulled out wide. That's left the gate up for Kipper. Charlie Kovacs right out near the wall. Pulls it back under control though.
Ian Neal holding on there in the lead from Kipper. Harry Kipper in second place, and then it's Charlie Kovacs.
Neal drifted out wide there as he came off that turn, but Kipper was too far back. He's done it again. This time Kipper's got him.
And Kovacs goes through with him.
Yeah. Neal hit one of the ruts and got a little bit offline, and that's put him from first to third.
Okay. Now it's Kipper in the lead, but the Charlie Kovacs fans are starting to get really worked up. They know that their champ's got a chance.
Yeah, and Kipper's out a little bit wide. Here comes Kovacs, hugging the inside line. Kovacs is through.
Yeah,
Charlie Kovacs into the lead now. Defending champion. Can he defend his crown over the next 2 nights?
You see the way he got the lead, and then he made his car really lean and lifted that inside front wheel up. 2 laps to go now. Still much smoke coming out of car number 26.
Yeah, Quinton obviously is keeping an eye on the oil gauge and reckons it's still okay. Charlie Kovac's opened up a little bit of a gap between himself and Kipper. Meanwhile, Ian Neal's dropping back.
Yeah, funny to see a couple of cars without a hat on out in the lead, first and second at the stage.
And more smoke from Quinton's car there as he goes down the straight, having a battle there with Peter Biggs.
White flag, 1 to go. Charlie Kovac's champ. Charlie is in the lead. Kipper in second place from Ian Neal, back in third. Forget the rest. They're about to be gobbled up, one at a time.
And Kovac finds his way around the slowest cars fairly easily, as does Harry Kipper. But here's the checkered flag coming out for Australia 1, defending champion Charlie Kovac's in second place, 50 Harry Kipper. Third is Wakery 9, Ian Neal. And who the heck is fourth?
One of these cars.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Quinton.
Believe it or not, it's the Smoky.
Smoking Paul Quinton.
Here
okay, racing, and away goes Peter Shepherd there. Jim Wright left standing a little bit as the flag dropped.
There goes Wright.
Warhurst there, Baker having a knuckle on, and it's out of nothing backstage, one wheel on the infield.
He's going to wind it right up as Shepherd goes high, Wright goes right underneath him, and says, eat my dust.
Yeah, now there's something coming out the back of Wright's car, and it looks like it's fuel.
Oh, yes, look at it. It's just trailing. It's a vapour trail, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm wondering whether it's steam or fuel, because if it's fuel, we've got a big problem on our hands out there.
Yeah, Shepherd's car there in second place, that mighty Mini Minor. Look at him go. In third place, 96 is Neil Warhurst. They were the starting positions virtually. Another car, that Verhoeven, in the similar car to Shepherd's in fourth place.
Yeah, the twin car.
There's more smoke, lap after lap.
Yeah, that looks like it could be fuel to me, but anyway, they're keeping the race going. Shepherd's dropped the fairway back now, so he's probably in no danger. Back behind him is Neil Warhurst, whose car hasn't been handled all that well, but he's hanging on to third place there. Then we go back to Verhoeven.
And is he in trouble? Shepherd is. He slowed right down.
Yeah,
Right slowed right down. Shepherd's got him down the back straight. Powers past. Disappointment for that new car. There's a black flag being held. Has he been given it?
He's been given the black flag.
And he does a huge donut, spilling fuel out. You were right, it was fuel all the time. Women from Wales Fire and Rescue people going over towards him. He's got no idea why he was given the flag.
Yeah, probably thinks he was too noisy. He's done his donut.
In second place is 96. 96 Neil Warhurst, and great to see those other cars, the other mighty Mini of Verhoeven coming up and closing on him.
Yeah, it looks like we're going to get past 2 tries for the outside runaround. Neil Warhurst, whose car hasn't been handling the best all night.
Verhoeven and Nelson with a, what were those cars? Anglia.
Anglia it is, old Ford Anglia body.
Unbelievable, but it's a fact.
And Verhoeven goes up very high, loses ground, allows Nelson to get through underneath now, so we've got a change of place in the third. Our race leader is Peter Shepherd from Warrnambool. That runs the speedway over there.
And it's a big win to Peter Shepherd too. And what bad luck for Wright. Jimmy Wright, who had the race shot to bits. Couldn't believe his black flag. Here's the checkered. The checkered going to...
look at Warhurst. Warhurst gets right offline, and Shepherd goes through Verhoeven. But it's Nelson. Nelson gets through. Everybody got all crossed up there on the corner. John Verhoeven there in car number 12 in for third, and Neil Warhurst, who blew it all on the final corner, in for fourth placing. And as we said, the bad luck story of the night goes to Jim Wright out there, who was doing so well.
He would not have believed that black flag. Would have had no idea why he had to come in. You could see he was angry the way that he did a 360 over at turn 3. Hot Rod Championship B main. They are racing.
And away goes Dyser from Mount Gambier, and followed right behind him is Harry Kipper. Got Alex Ramsey there in car number 21, and he's dropping back.
Williams in car number 17 in fourth place, so it's Dyser leading at the end of the first race. Kipper's done too much, throws his car away. Ramsey goes out in sympathy with him.
Yeah, and look at this Kipper trying to get across the track, but he'll lose his ground there as Ian Houston goes past.
The only big advantage with all that smoke going up is that you can see Marco's car.
Meanwhile, it's Dyser from Mount Gambier in the lead.
Remembering that the first 2 cars from this race go into the feature.
Ian Houston is holding on to second place, and by golly, that car number 17 is out after him.
That's Williams in car number 17, and Kipper's having another go at him from the outside. First 2 cars go into the feature.
Stan Marco Senior pulls infield. It certainly hasn't been his night. Graham Dyser holding on to the lead, and quite a handy lead it is too, almost quarter lap over Ian Houston. Harry Kipper now moved up into third place.
Yeah, the pride of Mingbull out there doing the job. number 12, Houston, in second place. Then it's Kipper in third from Williams. And that's about the race.
King Lou Fabian out there in car number 13 from Murray Bridge, having trouble coming to grips with the track, making a feature on Ian Houston erupts in a cloud of smoke there, running in second place at the moment. How long can he hang on? He's got 4 laps to go, 3.5 in fact.
I got a feeling that's too much. Kipper will get him. Look at the way he's hauling him in now as they both go underneath Fabian.
If Kipper doesn't asphyxiate, he should get past Houston.
Take a deep breath, boy.
Yeah, Dicer is also blowing a bit of smoke there.
Following through. The only car you could pick real well is not on the track. There he goes, Kipper, making an outside move on Houston. Dicer's coming back to them.
And Kipper is through into second place, but how long? I reckon he's going to be in for first. Dicer slowed down too, but he's been blowing smoke for most of those. Look at Kipper go underneath Dicer. So Kipper moves into the lead. So it's Kipper, Dicer, Houston with 1 lap to go. And listen to the way that Kipper's car's playing up at higher revs. He's certainly losing spark or something there, but he's still
after the trouble he had.
The rest of them.
Yeah, the trouble he had in his first lap, he's done terrifically to come up and to take the winner's check for this race and to make his way into the final. Here he comes now. Kipper's got it. Kipper by a long way. Dicer second, just ahead of Houston in third place.
So those two, that's Harry Kipper and Graham Dicer, go up into the final for tonight. And of course the big one is tomorrow night, the final race up at Murray Bridge.
Australian champion on the outside of him is Dean Wright, South Australia number 1. Ready for a start now. Then it's Ian Wolfenden and Peter Shepherd in the second row. They are racing. 10 laps to go in the invitation feature for the Australian Hot Rod Championship.
Dean Wright rockets into the lead there. Jeff Higgs coming back after him. Back behind him, Ian
Shepherd.
And Shepherd there. Shepherd slotted himself into third place. The first of the Victorians in the race. Dean Wright gets a little untidy through the corner. Higgs climbing all over the back of him. Shepherd still hanging in there in second place. Wolford running right behind him. There's Baker on the outside of Darryl Guerin. Back behind him is
coming back. Wolfenden making a move there and Shepherd down the back straight. Shepherd gets away from him in that little bit behind him, but Wolfenden's doing all the work through the corners. But the race leader is Wright, and isn't he running? Lefty right, doing so well. Higgs, who's been a real surprise packet tonight, is out there in second place and matching him lap for lap. Wolfenden's through into third place now. Shepherd went high. And now coming back on Wolfenden. Guerin is back there in fifth place.
Shepherd has really got the speed down the straight. Once again, his disadvantage on the corner, and Wolford is really firing up now. He's got himself a nice little bumper between himself and Shepherd. Back behind him is Darryl Guerin. And we've got Les Baker up there. Guerin slows down. Baker looking for the outside run.
The South Australian champion, Dean Wright, is leading in car number 1, and he seems to have the game sewn up at this stage. Just driving it smoothly, keeping everything together, lapping as well as he can and staying out of trouble. Of course, he's got the best place to be. 66 in second place. Behind him is Jeff Higgs. And then it's Wolfenden. He has been a real surprise tonight. Is he driving with some tiger and has been racking up some good points for tomorrow night too. The question will be how will they go at Murray Bridge. State champion, Dean Wright, getting away from him. Lefty right, I'll give you a lap time this time. Getting around, throwing the tail out, coming down the main straight. His lap time is 15.28. So tonight's, this 10-lapper is as fast as they've been so far. Cars spreading out around the track now. Within a lap or two, he'll start to lap some of the other cars. The one that's bringing up the rear is the Victoria number 12.
Meantime, Dean Wright is still out of the lead there and doing it well. He's really got this car wound up, and this augurs well for him for tomorrow night. Might be chasing his third or fourth Australian title. Jeff Higgs still holding on to second place, Wolford on third, and Les Baker moved up there in front of Shepherd, then Darryl Guerin, and car 99 is Peter Guiazza.
Look at this now, Dean Wright coming up underneath the 2 Victorian cars. 1 lap to go. It's going to be Wright. We see 66 Higgs. And then Wolford in third place.
And here comes Dean Wright to grab that checkered flag. Coming down, playing it fairly cool. There it is, checkered flag. Dean Wright, SA number 1. Takes the checkered flag. Second is 66 Jeff Higgs. Third is car 5 for Wolford, followed by car 2, Les Baker. Dean Wright would have to be a very happy man tonight. Very happy indeed. It's come together for him just at the right time.
Yeah, it was so good, so easy, wasn't it, for Dean Wright in the end, taking that big checkered flag.
Looked really easy. We made it look easy. I guess it certainly wasn't, but as I said, it's just all coming together for Dean Wright at the right time of the season.
There's a record, track record for the 10 laps for the hot rods, 2:47.5 the time, 2:47.5, a new track record, an average of 94.6 kilometres an hour. First, South Australia 1, Dean Wright. Second, 66, Jeff Higgs. And third was 5, Merv Wolford. And 2:47.5, the record time.
What a sport. The people out there at 248 McGill Road at Beulah Park are the people to see for everything when it comes to automotive goodies.
First of all, I'm happy to have Stan Wallace here, the president of the Australian Hot Rod Association. Stan, just quickly, it's been a great night.
Been a terrific night, real pleased, would like to see more people.
Okay, let's go to third placing, and Stan, there's a smallish trophy down the end there, and that goes to car 5, Merv Wolford. Where are you, Merv? Merv, you'd be pretty happy with that placing?
Yeah, very pleased. Yep. Yeah, I'd just like to thank Scott for helping me tonight, Waste Management and Truck Fix, the sponsors.
Good on you, Merv, congratulations. In second placing, all the way from the Riverland, car number 66, Jeffrey Higgs. Jeff, you got plenty of fans out there, and I think I heard Pa even clapping his hands up there. Your second place trophy. And Jeff, you was going fairly well and just couldn't quite catch that right fella.
You can't help bad luck, can you? When you consider we haven't had much of a run down here. I'd like to thank all my sponsors, especially CMV, Steve Fox, Stan Graz, Mum and Dad, all my cheer squad, especially, all 2 of them up there, and my crew, especially Hunter, Timmy and Julie, everybody else. Most of all, I'd like to thank my family. Thank you.
Good on you, Jeff. Nice to see you up here. Nice to see you down here. Congratulations. And the winner of tonight's event, and has to be a strong chance for another Australian title, SA1, Dean Wright. Your trophy from Uncle Stan. Dean, you were pretty happy with your race, obviously. How do you rate your chances now over the rest of the 2-day period for tomorrow night?
Tonight's tonight. A couple of the boys like Grant and Charlie, I suppose, would be the couple of big contenders. A lot of difference. I think me and Jeff were going reasonable. My sponsors, Headley, O'Connor, Headley and Cynthia, MPK Engineering. They put a lot of money, time into my car, and my mechanics, Peter Switzer and Barry Eves and Renee Eve, and cheer squad up in the stand there with a banner. A couple of little girls made it up. I'd like to thank them. Thank you.
Good on you, Dean Wright, the winner of tonight's Hot Rod Invitation Race.
Yeah, congratulations to the 3 of you, the Dean for taking out the trophy to win that race. Jeff Higgs and Merv Wolford, well done. Give them a wave as they come around, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. There they go, they're taking the big checkered flag with them. Dean Wright won't let that one go.
Folding chairs is just about useless now anyway, but they're only supposed to be used on the back row of terracing or behind the rail at the top of the terracing. That way, and that way you'll be eligible for all that. Our Speedilla tonight is on events 8, 9 and 11. And that's my great pleasure to introduce to you a man called Rhys Jones. Rhys is from the Department of Recreation and Sport in Adelaide. Not the footballer as such. In fact, he and the Rhys Jones footballer wouldn't see eye to eye on a lot of occasions, because Rhys is actually a goal umpire with the SANFL. But Rhys from the Department of Recreation and Sport, welcome along to Murray Bridge Speedway. It's a pleasure to have you here.
Thanks, Brian. And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. What a fantastic night we've got for some fantastic competition, I'm sure. and it's a pleasure to be here and see the organisation of the Riverview Speedway. They do a fantastic job, and it's quite obvious that you think so as well, because you're here in your thousands to support them. On behalf of the South Australian Government and the Minister of Recreation and Sport, I'd like to welcome all visitors and local people, the people from Adelaide. Wish all the competitors the very best in the Australian Championships tonight. I'm sure the competition is going to be fierce but fair. Wish everybody a safe journey around the track. I hope you all enjoy it, and I would officially like to declare the 1989 Australian Stock Rod Championships open.
Stan Marco Jr. in the 99 car on the outside.
Okay, looking better, we're racing.
And away goes Jeff Higgs into the lead with Stan Marco Jr. looking for a run on the inside, getting a bit wobbly there. Grant Baker going around the outside of Roger Newton to take up third place, and chasing Stan Marco. John Morse at the back there in the little red number 70 car, tackling Roger Newton, and Harry Kipper overlooking a little bit on the corner. But back now Stan Marco Sr. Pulled out infield with a flat tyre. Bad luck for him.
Yeah, what luck is that?
Have a look at the lead that Jeff Higgs has set up already, getting close to a quarter of a lap, and we've only had 2 down so far. Now Grant Baker looking to run through on Junior on the inside and getting it too, and Stan Marco moved out right very quickly when Grant Baker started to come through, but he's still in third place. Back in fourth place to Roger Newton, and the battle is on at the back of the field between Morse in car 70, Harry Kipper in car 50. Kipper going to move now and get through on Morse, and Morse comes back again. The real duel on at the back of the field, and that's good to see, because right up front we've got a lonely race for car 66, Jeff Higgs. 88, Grant Baker up into a clear second place at this stage, all the way back to car 99 with Stan Marco Jr. at the wheel. He's followed a little bit further back by the blue car 19 of Roger Newton, further back to 50, Harry Kipper, and 70 to John Morse. But out in front, and not quite a quarter lap lead now with Jeff Higgs. Grant Buddy Baker desperate to get up there, and I don't think he'll do it, because Higgs is just flying too well at the moment. As well as Grant Baker is going, that's an awful big gap to catch. The back four starting to bunch up a little bit there, running in third place, Stan Marco Jr., the car 99 just going past the pit corner, and Roger Newton with Harry Kipper and John Morse right behind him.
Yep, the Grant Baker's just been holding position with Jeff Higgs. Hasn't been gaining on him at all. The only thing that can come into play now is this slower field down the back of the pack, which Jeff Higgs is starting to gain on. But I think the checkered flag's going to be too close before that can have any effect.
I think you're right there too, but just again, have a look at that duel at the back of the field.
Yeah, Kipper and Morse, nobody wants a wooden spoon. 1 lap to go for Jeff Higgs, and he keeps his maximum possible points. Jeff Higgs in car 66 comes around
to... Harry Kipper, tidy on the pit corner just as Jeff Higgs comes around on his last lap, and Higgs, no problems, takes the checkered flag. 88, Grant Baker in for second.
And Marcos Jr. gets all crossed up on the pit corner, allowing Roger Newton to get through. He's recovered now, but it's going to be too late, so we have South Australians first, second and third in Heat 1 for tonight of the Australian Hot Rod Championship. Right at the back of the pack there is S17 Graham Williams. Looking good for a start. There's the green flag. We're off and racing. Ross Wright looking for the inside run there. Doesn't come off though. Verhoeven gets passed by Les Baker. Les Baker leads him down the back straight there. Verhoeven holding on to that second place. Darryl Wright looking for the outside run around Phil Wyman. Driving a high line, but getting plenty of bite there by the look of it.
Neil Warhurst in trouble.
Oh, done it again. Neil Warhurst backed into the fence. The yellow light is on.
Yeah, it wasn't through any problem of handling or anything. The car just slowed right down, and I reckon to the fence earlier on. He did some damage to it, and hasn't completely repaired this seat. Away they go again, and
Darryl Wright looks for that inside line. There's Baker, chops across and completely blocks his move. Verhoeven still hanging on to the lead. Les Baker now, which way is he going to go? Outside, inside. Darryl Wright there waiting for the spoils to see which way he can get through the pack. Verhoeven out wide. Les Baker looks for the inside run. They touch. Verhoeven gets pushed out and kept out wide. Darryl Wright says, looks good. I want through there as well. Tries to get through. Verhoeven cuts down on him though, and Darryl Wright is relegated back to that third place once again. Les Baker driving away with the race. Ross Wright got wall-to-wall cars in front of him. Going to have to try an outside pass if he wants to get anywhere. Darryl Wright now goes on the inside of Verhoeven. Moves up 1 place to the second place. Verhoeven running in third. Ross Wright now on the inside of Wyman. They touch, and a bit of a rubs there as they head off down, and Ross Wright moved up into fourth place now, looking for the line around Peter Verhoeven from the Simpson track just outside of Warrnambool.
And Verhoeven driving a tighter line this time as they come into that top corner. Verhoeven drifts out a little bit wide. Ross Wright hugging the gutter. He's through into third place. Les Baker driving nice and steady out the front, and that's the way you win races, Les. Darryl Wright is out after him, but hasn't been able to reel him in all that much. The fastest mover in the pack is Ross Wright, who's advancing on Darryl. Les Baker holding on to the lead. Peter Verhoeven running in fourth place there. Well, they're really working that wheel hard as Ross Wright's pulled in field. Well, that's rotten luck for Ross. Again, Lady Luck has deserted him this season. He's been having a horrific season mechanically. Well, is he going to come out again? He must, I don't know. Try and come out again. Well, that's interesting. He's come out, but he's rear of field. Not sure what happened there. We'll try and find out for you later. Les Baker still in the lead. Darryl Wright running in second place. Fairway back then, almost over a quarter lap to Peter Verhoeven. Flips the curve, he gets offline. Phil Wyman says, looks good to me. He goes through on the inside and picks up third placing. Ross Wright out again, and not sure what happened there. Might have lost oil pressure. He might have felt something was amiss on the car.
Very unusual sort of behaviour for Ross.
Yeah, the car seems to be off the pace from what it was before, though.
Oh, yes, definitely. But Les Baker, a little bit untidy there on turn 2, but looking good for a checkered flag as he comes in and wheels it through the last couple of corners. Not all that neat.
Gets understeer.
He takes the checkered flag, and let's face it, that's what's most important. 28, Darryl Wright in for second. 25, Phil Wyman will come over the line third, followed by John Verhoeven in the S12 car, and then followed over the line by, we're going to write in a minute, Graham Williams in S17. And
I'd be pulling out wide right about now, I reckon.
yeah, and you'd get disqualified for it. And there we go, and this time Chris Howard gets the jump and really moves away. Charlie Kovacs, 2 wheels on the end.
And over the front of Charlie Kovacs goes Ian Neal, thumps in the side of 44.
Charlie Kovacs, flat tyre on the right rear.
You wouldn't believe it.
You would not read about it. And Charlie Kovacs was trying to avoid Paul Quinton when that happened.
Howard's set to go. He's all hyped up. Away they go. And so Charlie's also got a buckled inner rim too, or outside rim. But he's in the lead at the moment. And
Ian Wolfenden meanwhile spun it on pit corner.
Yeah, Howard is, gave him a bit of a nudge. Here comes Arthur Thacker through on the inside of Howard. Bit of teams racing here wouldn't go astray, really.
You'd be right there.
And Darryl Guerin's moved up into fourth place. Arthur Thacker's made quite a move past Howard now. And Charlie Kovacs will be hoping that tyre holding together on the inside. Here comes Darryl Guerin looking for the line around Howard. Howard drifts out a little bit wide. Guerin is through underneath. And we've got Brian Gregg spinning off down there in front of the pit gate. Not sure whether he got a helping hand from 26 Paul Quinton in that either.
Ian Wolfenden's turning the back straight into a chicane.
Yeah. Oh, and he's Kovacs rockets past him now.
Red light.
Red light, and Kovacs hits him. Has he done the other tyre? He's done the other tyre.
No, he hasn't. He's ruined he's buckled the wheel.
Well, what luck, Charlie Kovacs.
Really? I wondered why the red light was going on. I wasn't looking up that part of the track, and there was Paul Quinton stationary halfway between turn 3 and 4. And now,
nevertheless, and I think Charlie's going to say, please, can I just change one tyre, please? Is it John Verhoeven?
Yeah, right, away they go. And I guess it's going to be a procession to the end.
Yeah, it should be. I think 26 Quinton will get past Brian Gregg, and possibly Darryl Guerin will be looking for a line around Arthur Thacker.
Yeah, Darryl Guerin seemed to be a little bit tardy at the restart there. And Arthur certainly got away. But 2 battles going on, if you could call them that. Arthur Guerin, shall I say, gets it untidy on turn 3 there. Bringing it back again now. As the other end of the field, Brian Gregg holding off Paul Quinton.
Track's starting to dry out a little bit too, Terry, which will make it a little bit slippy. Look at the understeer that Arthur Thacker's getting there on the corner.
Right.
Better cornering that time from Guerin.
And Thacker's handling the pit corner a little bit better.
Guerin just puts the boot in a little bit hard there and gets it a bit tail happy as he comes off the corner. He's certainly gaining ground once he gets into now. That time Guerin gets understeer as he tries to reel in Arthur Thacker.
Probably what's happening is the track is drying out at different rates in various places, and this is what is throwing the driver. You're setting the car up for a particular track condition in one corner, finding it's different in another.
Yeah.
And that could have been the reason for Arthur Thacker cutting the corner there on turn 4 last time around. But he's still holding a comfortable lead over Guerin, and Guerin can't seem to do much about it.
But the same down the other end of the track too, where Quinton can't do anything about Brian Gregg. He's sort of gaining on him, but Gregg's holding a nice tight pole line there, and Quinton can't do anything about it.
Arthur Thacker seems to have the power to get away from Guerin on the straights. Guerin closes up on the corners, 1 lap to go, and that gap increases as they come down the main straight.
Brian Gregg spun it over there.
Spun it out, and we're only going to have 3 finishes. This is incredible.
Yeah, white flag is out, and the checkered flag is being prepared for Arthur Thacker. There he is in car number 3. Arthur Thacker first, 14, Darryl Guerin second, and third will be car number 26, Paul Quinton. And it's all there is. Looks like a second-hand hot rod yard out the centre of the track too.
Hot to trot is lefty right for MPK Engineering, and away he goes. But
Wolford right behind him,
yes.
And he's trying to hang on to that second place. He's got it right through the inside. Peter Shepherd from Warrnambool looking for the inside line on Wolford. By golly, he's got that car wound up. Dennis Osmond up high and wide, losing ground there in the corner. Tangled on the corner there, and it's car number 9 comes off the worst out of that lot, Darryl Nelson, as the field starts to trot past him. Dean Wright roaring away in the lead now. Merv Wolford running in second place. Peter Shepherd from Warrnambool back behind him. Then we got Dennis Osmond, John Mitchellmore, and then car 99. We have smoke billowing out the back of car number 9 there. That's, what's his name, Garrett? Nelson, rather. And he certainly turned that corner into a chicane. Dean Wright, our race leader, doing it well in the lead. Wolford settling down now, starting to hold his placing. Peter Shepherd back behind him. And a few cars having a bit of bother on that top corner there. King Louis is coming through now as tail end Charlie. Meantime, it's car number 1, Dean Wright in the lead. Merv Wolford doing it well in second place. Dennis Osmond throwing out a bit of a challenge now to Peter Shepherd. Car number 9 has spun it on the corner, and we've got troubles there. He clears the way and heads in field. I think that's the safest place for him. That smoke is looking pretty ominous out of that car.
Well, not bother him because he's back on the track again.
Well, there goes a mobile chicane for the other drivers. It's car 1, Dean Wright in the lead. In second place, Merv Wolford. Back running in third is Peter Shepherd, followed by Dennis Osmond. And here comes car number 99, Peter Guiazda, looking for the line around Osmond. And Osmond's holding that pole line. Guiazda's got to do it the hard way, around the outside, but here comes the corner. Now he's going to try and do it on the inside, coming off the corner, down the back straight. Oh, but Dennis Osmond is holding that pole line. Okay, slower traffic there now. The front runners trying to win their way through. Spit McPhee gets it untidy coming off that top corner. Rocket past him on the inside is car 5, Merv Wolford. But Peter Shepherd there holding on to third placing there, trying to get past the smoking mobile chicane of Darryl Nelson. Gets through on the inside. And Osmond still hanging on to fourth placing. Guiazda can't seem to get his way through the traffic. Now he was a bit closer then. He might have been able to get past Osmond. He's going to try this time, but Osmond keeps the line tight in the corner. 1 lap to go. Dean Wright powering it on down the back straight there, coming up behind Lou Fabian. And it's going to be Dean Wright's race as SA1 takes the checkered flag from car 5. Merv Wolford in for second place. Coming in third is going to be the best performer of the Victorians tonight, and that's Peter Shepherd in car number 11. And back behind him is car number 99. That's Peter Guiazda, got through from Dennis Osmond, who must have had a moment that I didn't see because everybody seemed to get past him. But all the way win there for Dean Wright, off the pole and taking the checkered flag. Dean Wright, car number 1. Merv Wolford, a great performance in second place after he settled down.
Yes, and he didn't let Dean Wright get very far away from him either in that one. Okay, Peter Guiazda to lead them in. The flag goes, and away they go, the front liners. Guiazda first into the corner. Peter Biggs tucking in behind him as they go through the turn. There's Dennis Osmond in car 4, going around the outside of them there, looking for he's slotting himself into third spot. Gerard Bolt going wide. This gives Charlie Kovacs a chance to move up 1 spot into what is now third place. As Peter Biggs is turning the straight into a chicane. He's got heaps and heaps of problem with handling in that car. Back behind Bolt is car 2 Les Baker and 66 Jeff Higgs at the tail of the field. Higgsy doesn't have to worry. He's got a heap of points already. And now it's Dennis Osmond who's holding up Charlie Kovacs. He's looking for a way around the outside. No, tries the inside. Still can't get through as Osmond comes down onto the pole line. And Kovacs looks for the outside run. And as he does that, well, Osmond just gets further away again, which is a little bit unusual. But 99, Peter Guiastra out in front doing it well. Jeff Higgs at the back. Oh, I thought he was going to make an inside move on Gerard Bolt, and all of a sudden Les Baker was there. 3 wide down the back straight. Do you mind? And Jeff Higgs now really in an attacking mood on Les Baker. Higgs gets a little bit untidy and loses a length or so on Les Baker. Out in front is 99, Peter Guiastra doing it well. Dennis Osmond in car 4 holding up Charlie Kovacs. Well, not so much holding him up, but Charlie having problems getting on equal terms. And Charlie 4 wheels on the infield. Do you mind, Charlie? Next back is in the blue car number 2 is Les Baker in 4th place. Is Charlie Kovacs now having another bite at Dennis Osmond. But Dennis Osmond says, I'm not giving up my run on the pole line for you or anyone else, Charlie Kovacs, and he hangs on to that 2nd place. Dennis Osmond doing it well. A couple of wheels up on the infield, but gee, everybody's doing that this race, so it appears. Jeff Higgs having problems trying to get around Les Baker, who is doing it nicely. Oh, I thought Charlie Kovacs had lost it there as he crosses the car up. Brilliant recovery from a bad move by Charlie, and now, would you believe it, there's Les Baker attacking Charlie Kovacs. It's all happening in the midfield there because Peter Guiastra has bolted away with this one. Dennis Osmond there in 2nd place in car 4, and Charlie Kovacs now under severe pressure from first of all Les Baker, and right behind him is Jeff Higgs. Now Charlie's looking for a run around Dennis Osmond, but the Kovacs machine is just not on the pace. Osmond gets it all untidy. Kovacs, Les Baker had nowhere else to go and went through on the infield to maintain that position. Now Charlie Kovacs gets a run through. Can he get through on the inside of Osmond? The answer is yes, he's got the pole line. But in the meantime, 99, Peter Guiastra has taken a checkered flag. Charlie Kovacs comes in for 1st. Oh, Les Baker for 3rd. I'll give it that way. That's the way I saw it. It was 66 Jeff Higgs in for 4th, followed by 4 Dennis Osmond for 5th, and then back to Gerard Bolt.
Unbelievable race.
Inside of him. The yellow light's flashing, the green goes, and away they go. And gee, King Louis shot away fairly quickly out of that one. Jim Wright manages to tuck himself down onto the pole line to run 2nd and takes Louis Fabian on the inside, while Merv Wolford gets for a run around the outside to slot himself into 2nd place. Here comes Ross Wright in car 8 looking for a run around the outside of Louis Fabian. They're followed by car 30 Chris Howard, then it's back to car 17 Graham Williams, and behind them Arthur Thacker, then the 12 car from Victoria John Verhoeven up there already. But out in front, Jim Wright now has got the lead from car 5 in Merv Wolford. And Jim Wright has certainly got his mark stamped on this one. Ross Wright up into 3rd place now, being followed by car 30 Chris Howard. A big gap then to car 17 Graham Williams. Oh, Williams gets a touch from Arthur Thacker, who gets all crossed up and gets a very untidy on turn 4 there. They're followed by Lou Fabian, car 12 in John Verhoeven, who's now moving through, looking for a run through on the inside of Lou Fabian, but not getting it. Then back to Stan Marco. The tail end of the field is Brian Grigg, but out in front is Jim Wright doing it nicely as Dennis Osmond makes a bit of a mess of the pit corner. A long way back then to 3rd place car 8 Ross Wright as Brian Grigg scorches onto the infield in the main straight. Ross Wright now defending 3rd place from car 30 Chris Howard. And Chris
going
Howard,
well, isn't he?
He certainly is.
Oh, he just overdid it.
And that gives a chance for Ross Wright to come back again. It takes turns, but have a look what's happening up the front of the field, where Dennis Osmond is really putting Jim Wright under heaps and heaps of pressure. Not just Dennis Osmond, Merv Wolford, I mean. It's Merv Wolford in the car 5, running 2nd behind Jim Wright. As they go into turn 3, around the apex of the corner into turn 4, and once more up the main straight. Jim Wright only just in front of Merv Wolford. Almost half a lap behind. The dice goes on between Howard and Wright, and Howard comes out of this one the better this time, makes a better fist of the pit corner and starts to pull away from Ross Wright, who's obviously got some sort of problem. That car is not going well at all. Arthur Thacker further back behind them. And now the leaders starting to lap the tail enders of the field. Jim Wright having passed Stan Marcos, coming up now to put a lap on Lou Fabian. And that Jim Wright car number 7 is certainly working well as he goes through with 1 lap to go. And still right behind him is Merv Wolford. Wolford not going to catch Jim Wright. Jim Wright's going to take this one out, I think. They've got a couple of slower cars in front. Wolford goes wide, and that gives Jim Wright the chance. Yes, Jim Wright takes it out. Merv Wolford right there at the finish. Third over the line will be car 30, Howard, followed by 8, Ross Wright. Next over the line will be 3, Arthur Thacker. Then the twin cars of Simpson, 17, Graham Williams, followed by car
Peter Verhoeven.
12, Peter Verhoeven. And coming in for heat 7, Mick McPhee. Ready to go?
Oh, a bit of nudging there from Wolfenden and Spit
Yes,
McPhee.
but they're away. And Mick McPhee leads into the first corner. A couple of wheels on the infield there. And car 11, Peter Shepherd, in second place now, being followed by Roger Newton. There goes 28, Darryl Wright. Moving up to equal 4th with Newton. Well, he was. He's looking for a run around the outside. Now he's coming through on the inside. Oh, he also involved there is the car 9 of Darryl Nelson, and followed further back by Paul Quinton. But,
now we've got Peter Shepherd in the lead there now.
He certainly shot away from Mick McPhee, didn't
As
he?
he was. Once he got clear, he really went well. That's got to be probably the best performer of the Victorians tonight is young Shepherd from Waterville. Spit McPhee holding on to second place. Darryl Wright round the outside of car number 9. Best way to do it, looking for the inside line on Roger Newton. Doesn't get it, gets a nudge up the backside for his trouble. And meantime, Spit McPhee's hanging out wide there. Newton goes through on the inside. Darryl Wright says, reckon that's the way to be. And he goes through after him, and following right behind him is car 9, Darren Nelson. Meantime, it's Peter Shepherd streaking away now, open up a quarter lap lead. Ian Wolfenden turning straights into corners and corners into chicanes as he wends his way around the track. And Roger Newton hanging on the pole line there. Darryl Wright gets the power down around the outside. Roger Newton driving a 6-cylinder car, we should point out. And we've got Wolfenden having trouble there. Darryl Nelson also spinning on that corner. Wolfenden pulls infield. Meantime, it's, am I imagining things, or has Peter Shepherd slowed down enormously, or is it just Darryl Wright starting to reel him in?
I think it's Darryl Wright starting to reel him in, because Darryl Wright's come from fairway back on the starting grid, and he's certainly put a distance between himself and Roger Newton. And I reckon that Peter Shepherd could find himself with Wright, Darryl Wright, fairly close behind him by the time this race is over. Peter Shepherd got the jump while all the others were sorting themselves out, but now there's probably about 8 car lengths between them, and I reckon Darryl Wright is closing rapidly there.
I reckon the checkered flag's going to be too close though. I'm not sure how many laps we've got left to go. Who's that? Spit McPhee up on the wall there, slowed right down. Peter Shepherd still holding on to the lead there in the Warrnambool car number 11, and reeling him in is Darryl Wright. Spit McPhee clears the track. Looks like a bit of back-end trouble there. We've got that car 26 out there, which
Paul Quinton.
Charlie Kovacs has it earlier on tonight. The white flag goes out.
Darryl Wright take this one out. Can he get past Shepherd, or can Shepherd hold on? A couple of cars on the track there in front of them. And no, Shepherd takes it out. Great drive. 28, Darryl Wright. Another great drive to get up as close as he did to Shepherd. 19, Roger Newton in for third. And a long way back then to car 9, Darryl Nelson, who will be next over the line. And
he would have been working out the point scores.
Harry Kipper on pole, a fast mover he is in car 50. Away they go now, and look at Grant Baker around the outside, and Darryl Garrett, John Mitchellmore just about rolled it there as the car bounced a couple of times on the left side wheels. But all of a sudden, Grant Baker rounds up the whole lot. Darryl Guerin tried to get through, but found his way blocked by I can't remember who. But Harry Kippers now is in second position in car 50, and Darryl Guerin back there in third spot, followed by Ian Houston in car 12. Back behind him is 25 in Phil Wyman. Then the 99 car of Stan Marco Jr., who's getting involved in that bingle there, and Dean Wright in the other position of second to the end, and he's followed by 48 John Mitchellmore, who almost had that roll over there.
Grant Baker streaking away in the lead there, open up a quarter lap now over Harry Kipper in car number 50. Kipper being challenged by Darryl Guerin in Phil Wyman. Dean Wright having trouble getting around Stan Marco Jr., who's there in car number 99. But meantime, it's Grant Baker still holding on to the lead, and a good lead too. In fact, Darryl Guerin, I would say, being held up a little by Harry Kipper there in car number 50 from Victoria. Dean Wright still trying to pick off Stan Marco Jr. there, who's drifted out wide now. Dean looks for the inside running, doesn't quite have the hole there to get through. Grant Baker powering it on. Now almost half a lap ahead of car 50, Harry Kipper. And Daryl Guerin's still having trouble getting around him. It's all very well to have the speed, but you've got to get around the cars, as Dean Wright is finding out, still trying to get around Stan Marco Sr. And Marco is hanging in behind Phil Wyman. Dean Wright says, okay, you wanted me to do it the hard way? I'll do it the hard way. And round the outside he goes. Look at that, made it look easy.
Yeah,
certainly isn't.
Should have done it 2 or 3 laps earlier.
Yeah, but he's playing it cool, I think.
Daryl Guerin slowed right down, I reckon.
Keeping the car, yeah, he has too. Keeping the car nice and straight. Daryl Guerin may have a little problem with the car. Don't know. Dean Wright rounds up Phil Wyman on the outside. Guerin slows down. Dean Wright is through on the inside there. Now running in second place. Third place rather, behind Harry Kipper, just coming down the straight now. And but look at the distance that Grant Baker's ahead. Absolute streaks. He's got the white flag. 1 lap to go, but he's certainly going to be well down the starting order. He'll get maximum points for this race, but certainly hasn't amassed any up to date. The checkered flag being prepared, and here it comes for car number 88. Grant Baker is first. In second place will be who? Will it be Dean Wright? Harry Kipper's in there. Dean Wright looking for the inside, and it's Dean Wright. It's Harry Kipper. Harry Kipper gets in. Victoria 50 for second place. SA1 Dean Wright in for third place. And Daryl Guerin with problems there in car number 14 went right off the pace as the race progressed, and let's hope that's only something which is temporary. But
and racing, and Arthur Thacker scorches through. Well, he looks for a scorch through on the inside of Quinton, but doesn't get it. In the meantime, around the outside goes the 12 car of John Verhoeven into the lead. Do You Mind? And Harry Kipper's running second. Arthur Thacker in third, and Paul Quinton high, wide and handsome in fourth place, followed through by Roger Newton. John Mitchellmore in 48, 17 Gerard Bolt, 99 Stan
Quinton's
Marco
done
Jr.
it again, spins it on the pit corner.
And
Osman's done a tyre.
Yep, that's right.
And Quinton is still mobile, so he gets the car back and straight.
Meanwhile, car 12, John Verhoeven is in the lead with car 50, Harry Kipper. And Kipper's got Arthur Thacker right on his tail there. Further back to 19, Roger Newton, Gerard Bolt, Stan Marco Jr., 48, John Mitchellmore. And further back to...
Oh, Verhoeven clips the wall. Takes the wall with him as Kipper rockets through. Don't know what happened there. He just seen it turn left. And he's obviously done some damage to the car. He's still mobile. Can he clear the track in time, though? He's rolling around. Now he can come in, but he's not getting any help from the crash marshals over there to tell him he can come in.
He's just mobile, and that's all. Meanwhile, the race leader is the multicoloured car 50 going through the northern end corner of Harry Kipper. Here it comes down the main straight now. That's your race leader. Car 3 is running in second place. Third place is being held down by Roger Newton, the blue car going past the pit gate now, as Stan Marco Jr. looks to try and get a placing at the expense of Gerard Bolt in the 17 car. Right behind the 99 car of Stan Marco Jr. is 48 John Mitchellmore. Oh, everybody's putting traction car wheels on the infield there. Next through is Ian Houston in the 12 car, then back to car 17, the Graham Williams, then our race leader again, car 50, Harry Kipper. 2 cars there being lapped, which have been lapped, 27 Brian Guig and 26 in Paul Quinton. The second place car at this stage is Arthur Thacker, and Quinton gets it a little bit crossed up again. Arthur Thacker now starting to come under heaps of pressure from 19 Roger Newton, and the 12 car there of John Verhoeven still just circulating around the outside, just mobile, and that's all.
But Kipper's with 1 lap to go. He's got this one blown to bits. Arthur Thacker's under enormous pressure there from Roger Newton. The 2 6-cylinder cars there, battling it out, the 2 local cars.
Newton gives Thacker a punch in the backside as he goes through.
Tangle over there. Who was that? That was Stan Marco Jr. tangled with John Michaelmore. And both cars ended up the wrong way. We've got Gerard Bolt there, stationary as well. But it's not going to make any difference to first and second. First, Harry Kipper in car number 50, the multicoloured car number 50 was first. I was looking at the prang. Who saw who came second?
Arthur Thacker came over the line second, and Roger Newton was third. That's the way I picked them over the line, and I think our judges did the same. No, they got. No. Now this is the problem. The lights went on. The previous lap, it was Kipper, Thacker, Mitchellmore and Newton.
Right.
Now, the judges have got to sort out whether it goes back a lap or whether it goes as per the finish flag when they came over the line. Of S9, Darryl Nelson should take his place between Chris Howard, the number 30 car, and 7, Jim Wright. So still waiting there on Darryl Nelson. Maybe he's got problems in the number 9 car. But Warrnambool 11, Peter Shepherd, has certainly split the ranks of the South Australian drivers, getting up there to qualify in 3rd starting spot. Next, after him of the Victorians, is Chris Howard in car 30, who's starting back in position 11.
That's what we've been waiting for. Darryl Nelson,
finally
car
made
number
it.
9. Some frantic workmen in the pits, I would suggest, with Nelson's car.
I bet you.
And that's what the hold-up's been. He's finally made it out, hopefully without that oil problem that he had before. And they roll out, ready for the Lower Murray Pig Producers Australian Hot Rod Championship.
Best of luck to all drivers. Darryl Nelson takes his place in the field.
His pit crew over there watching from there saying, "Phew, we finally made it." Arthur Thacker is mobile with those oiled up tyres. And here they come, rumbling around.
The front of the grid formed up already. South Australian champion Dean Wright looking to change that number on his car to Australia 1. 5th row back in the field, 2 of the hot contenders. Charlie Kovacs, the defending champion, 88. Grant Baker, who's one of the pre-race favourites here. Looking good.
Listen to those V8 engines start to roar. Driver's just riding the clutch now, making sure everything is tickety-boo. And here we come for a start in the Australian Hot Rod Championship final. Yellow light, and we're racing. And Jeff Higgs gets the jump through the corner. Can he hang on to it? He overcooks it. No, he pulls it back into line. Dean Wright's in the lead. Peter Shepherd now. There's a tangle down the back straight there, and coming off worst is Merv Woolford. We got Darryl Wright in there. Merv Woolford hits the wall, clips the wall. He's out of the race. Woolford is stationary down on the back there. We got a yellow light already in Hot Rod Championships. And away they go on the green light. Dean Wright again gets the jump into the first corner. Jeff Higgs a little bit better that time. Look at him right behind Dean Wright. Has to button off, and now we've got a tangle there. Les Baker, Charlie Kovacs slamming into the back of them now as the car of Kipper. And we've also got Arthur Thacker tangled up in that lot over there as well.
Don't ask me who started that. I couldn't tell you. Somebody got just a little bit offline. Les Baker had a moment with somebody else, and I can't tell you who it was. But whoever it was got off scot-free. Les Baker finished up in a position that you see him. Charlie Kovacs had nowhere to go because there were 2 other cars getting tanks. And Grant Baker. Baker now alongside of Kovacs on the 4th row.
And off-hand racing. And Jeff Higgs trying to get that better start again. Side by side with Dean Wright. Side by side, still down the back straight. Higgs has got the power on. Dean Wright trying to get through, and Dean Wright does it. Jeff Higgs still up high now, tucks it down tight for the run down the straight. Darryl Wright running in 3rd place then. A wall of cars roars by. Peter Guiazda up there as well. Then we've got Darryl Guerin getting a little crossed up coming off that corner. Grant Baker and Les Baker, and Grant Baker tangle over the side there. And they continue, and I think, no, it's Jim Wright. Jim Wright it is, and he's done his tyre.
No, it is Grant Baker. You're right the first time.
Yeah, Grant Baker. Well, he can thank Les Baker for that. One is Dean Wright still in the lead, 66, hanging on to 2nd place there. Rocketing through the back there is car number 30. And is that Darryl Wright down the back straight there trying to find his way through. 66, Jeff Higgs still hanging on to second place. Darryl Wright running behind him. Then Garrett, Charlie Kovacs. And through goes car number 30.
Chris Howard.
Yeah, Howard. Chris Howard. And
going around the outside of Jim Wright now, who's got Les Baker coming up behind him. How Les got out of that fracas with Grant Baker, I'll never know. And it's the S9 car of Darryl Nelson, their race leader. Dean Wright out in front, putting a lap now on Arthur Thacker. In second place, going through the pit gate, car 66, Jeff Higgs. In third place, going down the back straight, the 28 car of Darryl Wright. In fourth place is Darryl Guerin in the 14 car. Behind him in fifth place is Australia 1, the defending champion, Charlie Kovacs, back into car 30. Chris Howard as Arthur Thacker pulls in field. He's an early casualty. Jim Wright is right behind Howard, then Les Baker. Then back to the car 9 of Darryl Nelson. He's followed by 25, Phil Wyman, and behind Phil Wyman was car 50 and Harry Kipper. Dean Wright now has just put the lap on 25, Phil Wyman. Dean Wright going down the main straight now is our race leader. In second place is 66 Jeff Higgs.
Jeff Higgs still up there. He's got a wall of cars in front of him. But Dean Wright is doing superbly, driving a superb race.
Oh, Jeff Higgs had a tangle there with Harry Kipper and lost about 5 or 6, certainly maybe up to 10 lengths. And that's put third place man 28 Darryl Wright just that little bit closer to the second place man Jeff Higgs, who's now scorching down the back straight. 28 Darryl Wright in third place, 14 Darryl Guerin in fourth, and followed by Charlie Kovacs in fifth place.
Dean Wright still doing the lead there. Got past Darryl Nelson all right. Jeff Higgs is now through on Phil Wyman, and Darryl Wright's back in third place. But Dean Wright is driving an absolute treat tonight. Really got that car stoked up. It's working well for him. Darryl Wright running in third place still. Then we go back to Darryl Guerin. Charlie Kovacs running in fifth position. But here comes Dean Wright. That car is hanging together, looking absolutely superbly. Coming up behind Les Baker now. Looking for the line through on Les Baker on the inside as he come off the pit turn down the back straight. And he's really fired up well. Dean Wright down the main straight now. We've got Jim Wright pulling in field in car number 7.
And Dean Wright is just lapping the 6th place getter. There's only 5 cars in front of him that he hasn't lapped. Is Dean Wright.
Unbelievable stuff. The car is going so well. Dean Wright still holding on to the lead. 66 Jeff Higgs in second place. Then back running in third is car number 50. No, he's lapped down, gets clipped by Darryl Wright there as Darryl Wright goes through on the inside of car number 50. That's Harry Kipper. Then we've got Darryl Guerin, Charlie Kovacs, and there's Dean Wright again, right up behind the 5th place car, Charlie Kovacs. It's Dean Wright driving on his way to the another Australian Championship. Dean Wright in the lead. 66 Jeff Higgs running in second place.
Dean Wright now right up behind Charlie Kovacs, and he's going to put a lap on the 5th place car. This is incredible stuff. And Charlie pulls over. Charlie's pulled out.
Kovacs has lost all power. The car just rolling down the track to a stop. Meanwhile, Dean Wright holding on to this lead. It's a big long race, 25 laps. It's almost a marathon. Jeff Higgs, car's blown. He's pulled infield.
Sparks and fire underneath that car of 66 Jeff Higgs. I don't know what's wrong with him. So 28 Darryl Wright going down the main straight through the pit corner now is your second place car.
Then behind him is 14 Darryl Guerin, who's running in third place. Then I guess it's car number 30 from Victoria, which is Chris Howard.
Yellow light.
We got Charlie Kovacs stuck over there in front of the Dutton sign. What an incredible race this is. Dean Wright driving on his way to a victory.
And Charlie Kovacs retiring there, and Jeff Higgs, I wonder what on earth went wrong with that car. You could see something bright underneath the car. I thought for a moment it was fine. The infield, that's for sure. You've got to have the reliable car that's going to finish the race.
Okay, we're looking good, and there's the green light. We're off and running.
With a 5-lap sprint to the finish now. Your leader is car 1, and running in second place is the 28 car with the yellow top on it, the 28 Darryl Wright. He's running in second place. Third would be 14 Darryl Guerin. The others are all a lap down, I think.
Yep. Howard is running in fourth place, I think, car number 30. Chris Howard from Victoria.
Because Daryl Guerin would be in third, and 30 Chris Howard would be running in fourth place. After that, could be Les Baker in fifth, I think. Although Les is now looking to put a run through on Chris Howard. No, has to drop right back now and stoke it up all over again.
Daryl right there and got past Nelson in car number 9. Nelson hot after him, and of course that car of Nelson starting to smoke a little bit now, but here it is, 1 lap to go. 1 lap, 1 circuit of Murray Brent Speedway for a new Australian champion. Dean Wright down the back straight, he could throw it out of gear and let it coast from here. SA1, Dean Wright comes in, takes the checkered flag, the new Australian champion, Dean Wright. Coming in second place will be 28, Daryl Wright. Third is 14, that's Daryl Guerin, and then I think it'll be 30, Chris Howard. But here he comes, ladies and gentlemen, the new Australian champion, Dean Wright, for Eastside Bearing and Brake, MPK Engineering, Wise Crash Repairs, and O'Connor's. Proudly sporting that Australian number 1 he'll be. Give him a cheer as he comes around. Daryl Wright rolls onto the infield.
And the time for the last 5 laps was 1 minute 10.8 seconds. 1:10.8 for the last 5 laps. I shouldn't think there'd be much of a problem about the placings for the winner. Waiting on the all clear for the minor placings is Dean Wright. Give him a big cheer, ladies and gentlemen. Australian champion, proudly carrying that checkered flag around the track there. Deserves your applause. Has got it all together this weekend. 3 wins and a third in his heats. Couldn't do much better than that. And takes out the Australian Championship. Good on you, Dean Lefty Wright. Certainly got that all together there. And the car ran a treat right throughout the whole 25 laps, more than 25 with those that were done on the caution and lead in again. Looking exceptionally good. Just checking out the minor placings. Just confirming that 28 Daryl Wright was second over the line there. And 14 Daryl Guerin was third.
Great celebrations down here, Terry, with
I can imagine,
Dean Wright's
Brian.
crew. Dean is exhausted. He's having a drink of water now out of a cooler, been brought out for him. And he is absolutely exhausted, as are the rest of the guys, but what a fantastic race. What a great race. Tremendous finish to the Australian Championship. It's been terrific. A lot of very happy faces down here.
Okay, just getting the placing sorted out here. Confirmed that 28 Daryl Wright is second and 14 Daryl Guerin is third. Just getting a confirmation on 4th, 5th and 6th.
Okay, Terry, I got Lester Miller here from the Lower Murray Pig Producers. Lester, great to have you here tonight, and it's great to see the primary producers getting behind such a great sport as this.
We're delighted to be able to have been able to sponsor this tonight, and with the support of pig producers right around South Australia, as well as just the Lower Murray Pig Producers Group.
Great. Well, Lester, let's get underway with our trophy Prezi, and coming in 4th place in car number 30, right behind me here from Victoria, Chris Howard. Sash for Chris, a great trophy. Chris, great drive, mate.
Thanks very much. I'd like to thank the organisers of this whole event. It's been a terrific weekend. I'd really like to thank all my crew, Tony, Luigi, Phil, Andy, Diggy, and all the people back at home that give me a hand. They've come all over the country to give me a hand. Thanks very much, and everyone else I've probably forgot a few. Thanks very much.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Well done. Coming in third place, driving in car number 14, was Daryl Guerin. The green sash for third. A great big trophy. Well done, Daryl.
Thanks very much. I'd like to thank Speedway Park and Murray Beach Speedway, all my crew, all my major sponsors, East Street Crash. Guys did a top job. We only started building the motor at 9 o'clock Thursday night, so we've done a good job getting here, I think, let alone get this far up. A couple of people I'd like to thank for today was Sprint Auto Parts for going through Maccabi, and now Gibbsy for the fuel pump. Thanks very much.
Terrific, Daryl. Well done. In second place, in car number 28, let's hear it for Daryl Wright. And the red sash for second for Daryl, and the trophy. Well done.
Well, I think I better thank my sponsors, Carroll Ford, Medline Metals, Sherbo Stud, GE and CN Richards, and all my mechanics, Frank, Tony, Damien. Everybody else has given me a hand. I better thank my mum and dad, putting in a bit of money, lending me a few tyres and stuff. And congratulate all the other place getters. Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Daryl. Well done. Okay, now reserve your big cheer because here he comes, the new Australian champion, Dean Wright. Fantastic, Dean. You look a bit jiggered though, mate.
Yes, you can't keep drinking piss, I don't think, and driving these things for 25 laps. Wife would probably agree with that. The track, as you can see, you could run another 25 lap on it and get as much bite. Just peeling off, beautiful. Beautiful. My mechanics, Peter, Swetzer, Barry Eves, Doug Blinkine, Brent Eve, they do a lot of work on that car. Sponsors, MPK Engineering, Mal Pitcher, helping today even, you know, like he's always there, and Peter. Wise Crash Repair, thanks for Hoot. Eastside Bearings and Brakes, thanks very much Phil. Mego Signs, special thanks to Hedley and Cynthia O'Connor. They put money into the car and helped me a lot. And the other place getters, very, very pleased to see Daryl ride. That's something he hadn't been waiting for a long time. And my girls here with Go Dean, thank you very much. It's very good.
Thank you, Dean. Another big cheer for the new Australia #1, Dean Wright. Onto the dais they go for the photo. And I'll tell you, someone else who deserves a cheer tonight, folks, and that's all the guys here tonight, the Lower Murray Pig Producers who've sponsored tonight's meeting. Let's hear it for the Lower Murray Pig Producers. Yeah! Thanks to all the guys from the Lower Murray Pig Producers for sponsoring tonight's meeting. Well done to those place getters. Checkered flag for Dean, and a great race.
A wonderful job. And the hot rods have got a long way to go, and I'm very pleased with the crowd that's come to see them. And the hot rods can give you good racing on a good track. And next year, it'll be bigger and better. We will have an interstate challenge for you to come and see. And I hope everybody comes along here tonight and brings someone else with you. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot, Stan. And let's hear it for the champions.